Alright guys, hello, welcome back to a new episode. On this one we're having a quick look at Sndl stock because Sndl over the past 5 days has had a lot of hype. If we're looking at it over that period we can see we are up by about 107%, but today we saw the price actually fall by quite a bit. We can see that we are now down about 13%. Don't get me wrong though, from that initial sell-off which ended around 10 o'clock this morning, we can see that we have been pretty stable on the stock's price, if not even increasing by 12%. We're currently sat on about $1.05. And we're asking tonight, is this too high, is it too low, and what do I personally expect Sndl to do in the future? Well, of course, in tonight's episode, I'm giving all of my personal opinion, guys. If it sounds like a plan, please leave a like and subscribe, it would be appreciated. But do remember, this is only just my personal opinion, just my personal views, and it's not guaranteed to be fact, and I recommend that you do your own research always. So with that being said, we're going to not waste any more time and jump straight in. So guys, yes, Sndl over the past 5 days has been a very volatile stock. It's been one of these penny stocks which has been receiving a lot of attention, to be honest, and of course Sndl is a very decent company on its own. We've talked about this in the past, but you know what guys, when a penny stock pumps up like this, it's not necessarily a bad thing if there is a factor for it, and in this case there is not really a big enough reason to kind of justify this huge increase in price, and for that reason I think it is not the worst thing in the world that we are selling off a bit now. Obviously from a company standpoint, Sndl has a lot of room to grow in the future, pun intended where I say room to grow. I mean that was a terrible joke, but I'm still going to try it. So yeah, Sndl is really a stock with some big potential for the long term, but you know what, at the current price I definitely think it is a bit overvalued, so I would not be surprised if we saw this one sell off for some more time, because yes, it is a solid company, yes, it was expected to hit $1 in my personal opinion only just a few days ago, but I didn't think it'd hit $1 as soon as it did. So of course now it's not the worst thing in the world, but I definitely think we could get Sndl at a better price if we wait out for a few days. Overall guys, Sndl definitely could be a long-term hold, but for the short term, Sndl is going to be very volatile. I think we are going to be seeing a bit more of a sell-off action, as a lot of people did get in this one for the short quick-term profits, and of course sold out once they did get them back in the $1.20 range. So guys, it does make a bit of sense that Sndl is now decreasing in price. It's not the worst thing in the world that we could have seen. It was to be expected, and you know what, I'm actually happy that it has happened, because you know what, looking at this one for a long-term hold, Sndl does have some big potential if the price is right, and I think currently the price is a bit too high for that long-term potential, and obviously if it was to sell off a bit more, if not just flatten out soon enough, I think we're in a very good standing. So of course, looking into the next few days guys, I would not be surprised if Sndl was to sell off for a day or two more. I don't think it'd be too big of a deal in my personal opinion, and the reason why I say that is because yes, Sndl is definitely a decent company, but obviously guys, the stock has been pumped up by an insane amount in just a few days. It does make sense that it is going to sell off a bit in the near future, and I would not be surprised if that was to happen. But you know what guys, hopefully we'll level out pretty soon, maybe in the 80-cent range or even the 70-cent range, hopefully a bit higher. We definitely could remain in the 90-cent range, and because a lot more people are now aware of the stock. So of course, even if we level out at the 90%, I would not be too worried, and I would see that as a decent entry point if you are going for a long-term position on Sndl stock. So yeah guys, Sndl definitely needs to see a bit of a reduction in the share price in my personal opinion, or at least a bit more stability, and at that point guys, I would be very happy to buy this one. But obviously it is still a speculative play with Sndl. It is going to be more of a long-term profit in my opinion, so if you are running this one for the short-term profits, you know, it is definitely a bit more risky, so please do know what you're getting yourself into. It is a speculative play, and of course it is a penny stock, so it could move quite a lot in quite a short amount of time. But overall guys, Sndl definitely does have some big potential in its industry for a long-term hold, and that's my personal opinion. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.